When you hear the term Scandinavian values, you might think about words like minimalism, functionality, environmental responsibility, work-life balance, or just an overall healthy living. As a Scandinavian myself, what I think about is my Swedish home, more specifically my Swedish forest, a Swedish fika, and my Swedish family. And to better understand a Scandinavian view of the Scandinavian values, I want to tell you a story about a Scandinavian mom. A mom who has spent every single day during 30 years cleaning, washing, cooking, supporting, and most of all, loving her son. Now, I am of course talking about my own mom, but I am also talking about every single Scandinavian mom, including the mom of Karl-Erik Andersson, who, other than having the most Swedish sounding name ever, also founded the company Junga Verkstäder by making his own washing machine, which he gifted to his mom, so his mom could have more time and energy to do the things she really cared about. So, why am I telling you this story? Well, to me, this is exactly what the Scandinavian values are all about. Sure, things like minimalism, functionality, environmental responsibility are all part of it, but when it really comes down to it, I think that all us Scandinavians just really want to focus on the things that we really care about. For example, what many are referring to as Swedish minimalistic design is actually referred to as functionalism here in Sweden, which is an almost 100-year-old concept where everything is designed solely based on function without any extra bells and whistles. And in addition to this, especially when it comes to the furniture, household items and other home appliances, because you have to remember here in Sweden, especially our winters are just basically one long, cold, dark winter night where we more or less spend the entire 3 months just trapped inside our own homes. So it is actually important that the items are both aesthetically pleasing to look at themselves, but that they also help with not taking up any unnecessary space in our homes and just help making our homes feeling more airy, more bright and just more pleasant to stay in, since we do spend a lot of our times at home, especially during those very long, dark and cold winter nights. But as much as the average Swede hate the cold and dark winter, we absolutely love the, at least in comparison, a lot warmer and sunny summers, and we will take any chance we get to go out and enjoy Mother Nature, swim around in the lake, hike up in the mountains, and then eat some mushroom and berries straight from the Swedish forest. And I personally think it's this love for Mother Nature which is the reason behind the Scandinavian environmental friendliness, since we see firsthand how the environment is changing all around us. We see how the white winters are becoming shorter and shorter, how extreme temperatures are completely changing the landscape around us, and the dangerous consequences of not reducing waste or focusing on a sustainable future. And speaking about the Swedish nature, in Taiwan it is very natural to see a convenience store literally in every street corner, but here in Sweden we literally have miles and miles of forest in between every single convenience store. And using my own Swedish house as an example, we have 10 minutes by car to our nearest convenience store and 45 minutes by car to our nearest city. So although minimalistic design and environmental friendliness are two big parts of the Swedish values, I would argue that the most important part is just the overall reliability, high quality, and just making sure that things work. Because remember, the Swedish values are all about just focusing on the things that you really care about, and I guarantee you that does not include driving 45 minutes through the forest just to return a product that doesn't work. And maybe you've already heard about the world famous Swedish work-life balance, which basically means that when we are working really hard, but as soon as it's 4 p.m. and we clock out, we do want to spend all our time with our family and friends and just staying at home and not working during nights and evenings, which is just amazing, unless you are in need of some kind of service or repair during a night or weekend, since no service center will be open. So now when we all know what the Scandinavian values actually are, at least according to this Scandinavian, the question is, how do we maximize these Scandinavian values, and how do we maximize the energy and time to do the things that we really care about? How do we find something that is both aesthetically pleasing to look at, has a simple yet functional design, is kind to the environment, and of course has an outstanding quality? Well, ASKO. Now, I should point out that although ASKO fits these Swedish values perfectly, this is not the actual reason behind the name. Since the name ASKO comes from the Finnish carpenter Akusti ASKO Avonius, who founded the ASKO Furniture Group in 1918, who in 1988 took over the company Asia Cylinda, which, fun fact, actually is the brand behind the dryer we are still using here in Sweden to this day. And this company 10 years earlier took over another company which, you guessed it, was Junga Verkstäder, founded by Karl-Erik Andersson. So although you might already be aware of ASKO and already know that it's one of the world's most respectable home appliances brands, which is now sold in over 50 countries and used in, for example, countless of high-end restaurants and kitchens all around the world, you should know that it all started because of one man's love for his mother. And it doesn't matter if you are talking about ASKO dishwashers, ovens, or for example this set of ASKO washing machine and dryer. Every single ASKO product still follows the same concept from over 70 years ago. It's still functional and minimalistic design, dedicated craftsmanship, reliable quality, environmental responsibility, and the most important thing even today, 70 years later, still gives you more time and energy to do the things you really care about. Now, if we are going to be completely honest, I don't think anyone actually enjoy doing their laundry. But with the right laundry machine, at least you will not dislike doing your laundry, and your next batch of laundry will all be done trouble-free. And just like Carl Erik's first washing machine to his mom, all ASKO machines are still being made using 100% stainless steel, which all have been tested to last over 10,000 hours, which is around 25 years of normal use, assuming that you do one machine every day. And in addition to simply lasting longer than plastic, it's also more hygienic. For example, just look at this ASKO steel seal sealing. So instead of normal plastic or rubber, ASKO is actually using steel to seal their machine, which makes it not only easier to load the laundry, especially considering they do have an industry-leading 31 centimeter big opening, it is also more hygienic since it prevents detergent residue on the clean laundry and buildup of water and bacteria in the machine itself. Simply put, a cleaner laundry and a cleaner machine that lasts longer. In addition to this, the ASKO washing machine also comes with a ton of different programs to customize and maximize the functionality of the machine. For example, the special allergy program has been designed together with the Swedish Asthma and Allergy Association to ensure that the clothes are extra rinsed, the inside of the machine itself is being more properly cleaned, and the water temperature is higher during a longer time period to ensure that bacteria and other particles are properly removed. There is also a more intense speed mode, which have been developed for families which have a need to wash a lot of laundry during a short time period. For example, after basketball practice or a family vacation weekend. And moving over to the dryer, they all have a butterfly drying function, just to make sure that all your clothes will be wrinkle-free once they get into this dryer. But my absolute favorite function is the soft drum technology to ensure both an improved airflow around the clothes, but also less friction and wear on the clothes, making your clothes looking fresh and lasting longer. I should also clarify, please do not put any kind of electronics or your head into the dryers. In fact, did you know that in order to produce an average cotton t-shirt, in addition to all the manpower, electricity and stuff like that, you also need 2,700 liters of water just to produce the cotton used in one average t-shirt. And just to put that in perspective, that's almost 3 years worth of drinking water for an average adult human. And if everyone would use their t-shirts just 20% longer, we will actually save an estimated 24 million tons of CO2, which is the same as the annual emission of 10 million cars. And we would have saved 27 billion cubic meters of water. And between you and me, these machines are also outstanding to look at as well, regardless if you want the machines to either stand out or completely blend into your overall Scandinavian household. So there's no wonder why ASKO's products also have been rewarded countless of international design awards throughout the years. For example, the Red Dot's Best of the Best in 2017. So not only is it invaluable for our entire planet to start taking a little bit better care of our clothes, it also goes hand in hand with those Scandinavian values of minimalism, functionality, and of course high quality. So we can all maximize our Scandinavian values and of course also maximize our time and energy towards the things we really care about.